Welcome back to Master Set Madness. We've got a little bit of a different video today as we're going to do a Q&A. We're going to do a Q&A. We hit 1,000 subscribers. That's right, 1,000 subscribers. So I thought it'd be fun to do a little bit of the, question and answer. So I've seen other people do that. I thought that could be fun. So thank you to everyone who's helped me get this far with the 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. And you know what? Even if you haven't punched that button yet, I appreciate you also. I appreciate you also. Even if you never hit the button, I'll still appreciate you. You're welcome here. So let's do it. Let's jump in, right? We got Outsiders here. We got a list there somewhere on the screen that you can look at as we try and finish this collection. And it's funny actually, before I get to the first question, you guys submitted more questions than I thought you would, which is awesome. So hopefully we get to as many of them as possible. But I gotta pause as I look and restart sorting through things here, because I just did that Dynasty box opening and I had the Assassin pile and then everything got weird, and now it's back to how many rares are in a pack, who knows. So it's a little different. Bear with me if things are a little slow with the sorting to start. So on to the questions. First question is, what got you started with the idea for Master Set Madness? Which is a nice stab wound. See, I'm already throwing Majestics down there like they're nothing. What got me started with Master Set Madness? Well, I think like most people who play card games, play TCGs, I have always liked opening packs. I've always liked the feeling of opening packs, finding really cool cards, getting that big hit. It's fun. It's always fun. And again, I've said that quite a few times. Codex of Frailty, there is the fun. Again, the fun is right there. It's here. You're in the right place. You're in the right place for the fun. And so I've always enjoyed that. And, I got into Fab, or Flesh and Blood, and at the time, and pretty much still, my life schedule wasn't at the place where I could handle going to a lot of events, attending a lot of things, being a part of the big competitive scene and everything, which I would love to. I love that. I do actually like playing the game, not just opening the packs. But it wasn't something I could do, and so I was sitting here and I'm thinking, well, I'm collecting it, I'm opening these packs, and I'm going to events when I have time, but why not all these packs I want to open, why not actually open them with some other people? That could be fun, right? Why not do that? And doing that in person wasn't exactly the best way to do that. So I thought, well, let's film it. Let's see what happens. And so I did a little bit of a test with that. I think it was earlier last year, about a year ago. And then I started thinking, so what would make this more interesting? What would be a little bit more of a fun reason for people who would want to sit and gather together to watch packs be open? And I thought, well, trying to open a master set, it's the opposite of the advice that everybody gives you, including myself. I don't give that advice to other people, but it's the exact opposite. So it seems like that might be a fun way to make opening packs more fun, right? Do what you're not supposed to do. Do something that's just really out there and not the wisest decision. And I thought that kind of experience of opening so many packs where you get to see give and take foils, I will take that. Come on, focus, my friend. I will take that one. I thought that full experience of opening a ton of packs, it give people who don't have the chance to do that in person. One, you get to experience that. You get the full, what's it like? Oh, you get to see the highs, you get to see the lows, you get to have fun with the big hits, but it also, it kind of makes it more fun. There's a goal beyond just getting the most expensive card. I mean, we've had some fun, exciting openings, not with that mask, but we've had some fun, exciting openings where it's just, I don't know, the non-foil rock. I was pretty stoked when I got that just because we needed it, and it was eluding us for so long. So I thought this would be a fun way to do it, and seems like there's a decent amount of you out there who like it too. So that's where we're at with Master Set Madness. That's why we're here. We're here. We thought it'd be fun, and give some people some good information about whether or not a product is right for them. Because if you can't tell after I've opened 20 cases whether or not you like it, well, I don't know. There's nothing else I can do for you. Nothing else I can do for you at that point, right? So let's go on to here. Next question. Do you like the super rares from the original sets, or do you like having more Majestics per box? They said they like the super rares because the Majestics that they did pull back then felt really great, and now they mentioned sometimes you have a lot of the bulk Majestics and it feels kind of more like Magic the Gathering rares and mythics. So I guess the first response to that is I didn't like the super rares. I was not a fan of them. They kind of just felt like, why, And we've talked about different things on the channel like this too, where there's so many different versions, and it's like, well, okay, so you got your common, then you got your rare, then you got your super rare, then you have your majestic, then you have your legendary, then you have your fabled. It's just too much. And so now we've gotten rid of the super rare and we have replaced it with Marvel. So now we're back to the same amount, right? So in that sense, nothing's really changed. But the whole super rare thing, it felt too much to me. Too many different things. Yeah, it sure did make the Majestics feel special because they were very rare. And now Majestics, even here in Outsiders, you've chopped down the number of them, and they're more rare, but they still don't feel that exciting, right? I mean, when you get the ones that are valuable, like the Codex or our friend Premeditate, boom, that's exciting. Foil give and take. Really, the foils now, the ones that are exciting. So I would prefer. I guess I'm happy the super rares are gone, and I'm fine with the way Majestics are right now, Concealed Blade. I think most people who open them and own them would love to have them be worth a little bit more, but it's just part of how that's set up with legendaries and other big hit cards that makes it not very possible. Next question, have you considered making a throne out of all the commons and tokens that you have that would look like Trench of Sunken Treasure? Now it's actually off the list. That is the last Rainbow Foil Legendary we need for our set. We got it. We got some progress here. Anyway, I'll start that question again. Have you considered making a throne out of all the commons and tokens you have to look like the one from Game of Thrones? And the answer is no, I had not thought of that as being an option. But I will consider that option. It would be really cool. I guess I would have to find somebody who's smarter than me who could engineer that and actually put that together. And somebody, I guess, who has the time to do it and who'd be willing to do it for free. Because all the money I have that's for spare things is here with these feisty locals. But that is a good idea. I have a lot of commons. I have a lot of commons and tokens they're sitting around. So next question. This is the question I actually get the most often, and I've had quite a few people ask it even before me fishing for questions. And so here's just one version of it. The question is, how do you get your money? What kind of job makes you able to do all of this? And again, that's kind of been a big question, and I'm not surprised that we talk about money and everything. It's kind of what's exciting for people. And first off, as I've said before, I don't keep all of these cards that I open. I don't keep them, not just because I don't want to keep this many cards, but also because I can't afford to keep all of these cards. You've seen maybe you've seen the box tower, and oh man, I really do want to do something cool with the box tower, but it looks cool, it looks impressive, but it's just a bunch of empty boxes. So it looks more exciting than it actually is. And look at that, rare, majestic rare, head leads the tail. With the backstab, I'm gonna have to move some comments here so I can breathe. Ugh. And so, honestly, I haven't done anything special that really allows me to do this. I paid off my student loans when I got out of university as fast as possible. I've actually worked 6 different jobs since graduating from university. None of them paid amazingly well. Some of them paid amazingly not well, unfortunately. And so there's not really any crazy amazing story to this. I think I mentioned it in the last video that I'm not the kind of person who's probably ever gonna buy like a gold foil anything in Flesh and Blood. Just it's not kind of financially where I'm at. And I guess even if I did get to that point, I don't know if that's what I would want to spend it on anyways. So I mean, if you're willing to put the time in and hustle, I just think you can do some amazing stuff if you're willing to, you know, put your mind to it and figure out how to make it work. The burdens of the past can be surpassed. It can be surpassed. So unfortunately, no amazing story there for you guys. I don't really have anything exciting to say about that stuff. Oh, another fisticuffs. We are still avoiding the marvels like the plague. We're avoiding the marvels like the plague, and we're avoiding the cold foil fables like the plague. The plague that they are. This is the one time you're kind of like, you know, give me the plague. Give me the marvel, blood, rot, frailty, inertia, like, let's take it. It's probably the only time you're ever gonna want to say that. And maybe even you don't want to. Anyways, next question. Have you ever considered selling sets of rainbow foil and non-foil common and rares that are extra to patrons? And the answer is I do sell sets. So not only to my patrons, but to anybody who wants to buy them. So if you want a common and rare playset from Outsiders or pretty much any other fab set, I have one for you. And I would sell it for $60 for the set, ship it to you in the US like that. Or if you want multiple sets, or maybe even if you just ask nicely, I might even give you a discount on that. So, ooh, Codex of Blood Rot. That's a nice looking one. That is a nice looking one. Talk about that Blood Rot. Give us the marvel. Give us the marvel. I also would, if I could find people who want them, I also sell sets with Majestics. So you can get a play set with Majestics. You can get a single set. You just want one of each card. You can sell it with legendaries. Like, you tell me what kind of set you want. I can help you get it. And the more sets I sell, probably the more boxes I can open. And the faster I can open boxes. So send me an email, mastersetmadness@gmail.com. I'll hook you up. I'll help you with that. But I will say, so with sets and selling sets, one of the challenges, especially with like common rare sets, is that the amount of time it takes versus the return, like compared to the return you get on it, it's not super great. It's not super great. It's just, I don't know. And so like after you pay shipping and fees, and everybody wants to try and like push the price down as low as possible because there are a lot of people who've got common and rare play sets available, it's just not always even worth the time. So I've kind of gone back and forth, even with myself, if I should be doing it. Like obviously if I could, it would help make this even more viable if every time I opened a case, I knew I could sell somebody a common and rare playset for $60. But if I sell it for like $30 and then you pay the shipping on it, and then you spend an hour or more actually sorting the set, sometimes like an hour and a half, depending on how slow you are or how, you know, finicky the cards are, because, you know, unfortunately you don't get the perfect even split of red, blue, yellow, and sometimes you gotta dig to find that last one. Like, you know, if I'm gonna get 20 bucks off of that, like it's probably better for me to do something else with my time than to spend sorting all that. So I don't know, it's kind of a back and forth on figuring all that out. But yeah, for now I'm selling them. I'm selling the sets, and we'll see how long that goes. If I keep doing it, or at some point you just decide whatever, I'm just gonna throw all the bulk in a box, sell it to people like that for cheap, or make a throne. I don't know. Those are two competing options now after the playset one. And so this person, they actually sent a second question in. Their second question was, and this is where we get into the real serious stuff, the really hardcore questions. They said, if you woke up one day and found you've turned into a cookie, what type of cookie would you be, and would you take a bite of yourself? And so my question back is, how did you come up with this question? Where does this question come from? I don't know. But I'd probably have Reese's, whatever kind of cookie that would be. But I don't support or condone anybody biting themselves, no matter what you are. So we'll just get that out there. We'll get that out there. Will we see some throwback madness? And by that I mean, sorry, looking at this thing here and here at this plague. And by that I mean, will we see openings of older sets? Thanks for all the content. And I have thought about this. I have thought about doing that. It would be a lot of fun. I think it'd be, I don't know, it'd be fun to do something like Monarch or something coming up here with Dusk Till Dawn. But yeah, so right now, it's a couple things. One is I don't want to do anything else while I already have 3 sets going. It's a lot to keep up with, and it's a lot for you guys to keep up with. And so, probably not going to do more than 3 sets at a time. The other thing is I don't know if I really want to do like single box or single case openings on this channel. Maybe I could or should. But I also guess I just don't know how interesting that is going to be for people. You know, to open one case, random case here of Monarch, or one random thing. And on the flip side, I don't know how wise it is. I don't really know how wise it is to do like Master Set Madness, Crucible of War, whatever, whatever it would be. Not that, let's be clear, not that we base all of our choices here on what's wise. Like, it's not the basis of all our choices. So, I don't know, who knows, we'll see. I think it would be fun. And I guess part of it comes down to just would people watch it? And so if there's a set you think that would be fun to see and you can actually watch it, let me know. But I think one of the kind of the worst things with Master Set Madness is I wouldn't want to anyway, is like say, hey, I'm gonna do Master Set Madness, and then 50 people watch Monarch, the first one of Monarch, and it's like, oh man, I gotta continue with this. Apparently nobody wants to see it. So, I don't know, it'd be kind of fun. We're ending here, getting to the end of box 3. This has been, man, I mean, good thing I haven't had to talk about the cards too much during this video, because it is not going in the positive direction. Not really. 2 more packs here. Did you see that stat the other day in the 1056 video where it's like over 4,000 packs with no cold foil fables? I think, the inertia. We did check that off our list on the last video. I might be getting close to 5,000 packs actually. Cause it was at 3,000 and I was around 3,500 before starting Outsiders. And then we got that other 1,000 here, plus a couple other cases. Yeesh, we're getting close to 5,000. Anyways, here's box 4. This is, I didn't say it yet, right? This is case 13. Case 13. Looking for scrap. That's all we're looking for here. Just any sort of, Marvel scrap. Back to the questions. This person wrote, a friend of mine had an idea of trying to compost paper packs, the paper packs. Have you had any creative ideas to try with all that recycling? They said they also sent the video of me pouring the packs over my head to their friend, and his friend was jealous. So I'm sorry for you, friend, for being jealous. It is a fun thing to do. And I have kept all of the paper packs. Everything since Uprising that I've opened for Master Set Madness, I have all these packs. And here's a cold foil. I'm scared. So scared. Ooh. This one, you're so slow to focus today, camera. And that is, yeah, that's 4 of them again. 4 commons. So I've kept all the packs. I have some creative ideas for them other than just pouring them on my head, though none of them are quite as noble as big composting projects. So we'll see what happens. This one here, it's very similar to the super rare question, but the question is, So given the spread of the sets you've opened, the amount of boxes, do you feel the ratio for Majestics per box case are getting more in line with having value in the long run, or more short term will go down faster with, you know, only specific ones kind of gaining some value based on how they fit in the meta and whatnot. So like I said before, I think the lower Majestic per box ratio, it's going to help a little bit. I don't think it's going to do anything super wild though. Again, there's multiple reasons for that. One of them is just that it's harder for new Majestics to compete in the same way that old ones did, right? So it's not like other games. There's no rotation in any sense where, like, you know, all the cool old ones are gone, completely gone. You can't touch them anymore. In Flesh and Blood, they're still there, and they're going to be there. The card pool is just like growing. That, and then all the wild, you know, big hits, marvels, flipping cards, flying all over the place. It's just very difficult for your average Majestic to maintain significant value in any way. There will be some, there will be a few, but my take is that it's probably usually going to be minimal. And it's often, you know, cards that spike from tournament events and whatnot. But when you have that happening, when it's just kind of really based on big spikes like that, you know, usually only one deck is going to win the tournament and get that really big spike. And so if it switches to another deck, then there's a good chance that, you know, things just kind of teeter-totter, get pushed around. Anyways, that's that one. Now, let's see here. There's so many here. Oh, we're not going to get to all these questions. We're not going to get to all of them. Maybe I'll do some more. Do some more in another video. But this one here. So, what is your favorite Flesh and Blood collection item that isn't Master Set Madness related? And what, if you have one, is your favorite collection item that isn't Fab related? So first, Flesh and Blood one, my favorite non-Master Set Madness card that I've opened is probably the Cold Foil Courage of the Blade Hold. Again, I think I mentioned that before in a video. It was my first Crucible of War box, and that was only the second box I opened, and back when I didn't really know anything or understand anything. I opened it up, it was super cool. I thought, wow, I like Ranger, it looked fun, cool, and I looked up the price and was like, oh my goodness, this is wild. And so that was fun. That was exciting. For not Flesh and Blood, let me just show you this Infiltrate here. And actually, let me pause for a second. I'll run over and grab something to show you. So for non-Flesh and Blood, I was a super huge fan of the Lord of the Rings TCG by Decipher, right? If you don't know that one, super cool back in the day. And I found this foil a little while back ago, and I just loved it. He was my favorite character to play back when I was a kid, and I love cards in different languages. And so finding the Spanish version was just super cool to me, and it had a lot of sentimental value, and so I loved that. And then picked up a couple other too, again, foils in different languages, getting this cool Cave Troll in German, and then Chinese there it's awesome. I love that. I love those kind of things. So I'm also excited with all the different language printings in Flesh and Blood. And if I had, if I was somebody who had those crazy, amazing, rich, whatever, it would be fun for me to open up the different languages and try and collect, the fable in each language and all those different things. I would enjoy that. I love those pieces. Super cool. Now, the next person on the list, they asked me 20 questions. They asked a lot of questions, and I've only got 2 more packs here. So we're gonna do a little give and take, and I'm gonna hold off on the rest of the Q&A. Well, maybe we'll add some more in the next one, or I don't know, next one, or we'll see. So if you've got more questions too that you'd like to add, I have a few more to go through, but if there's something I missed, something I didn't quite say that you would like to be answered, let me know. This is the last pack, our last chance at something, anything, nothing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's case 13. And this is case 13. There it is. Case 13. We got 1 Codex of Frailty. Really, really rough. Really rough case 13. That means we got to open another one. Right? Right? But wow, like the case 19 challenge looks pretty abysmal now, unless we get one of those magic lucky rolls that people have talked about. I've heard people say you can get, you know, Marvels actually in the packs. I believe that's an option. I have heard it's an option. Thank you everyone for watching. It means so much to me that you guys watch these videos and you've subscribed and have 1,000 subscribers. If you want to see the value of this case and all the other cases I've opened and how their values are changing, make sure to check out the Outsiders Tracker, which is available through my Patreon. You guys are all amazing. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you all next time for case 14.